Okay, I feel like I've been thinking a lot of thoughts today and I kind of just want to put them all out there. I think that a lot of people recently have told me that I'm too prideful or proud to be like really vulnerable or genuine, and I feel like that's not really like something that comes to my brain when I like try to describe myself. Like, I don't say I'm ever really proud of anything I do or like too prideful to be super vulnerable or genuine, because I genuinely think that I'm always like trying to be my true self and like tell everyone my real thoughts and feelings, because I don't want to ever come off as like being fake or like whatever. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, maybe what's going on is I feel like the other person should do this, or I expect too much of this other person, or I want this to happen and I want this other person to want to something and maybe I'm just too proud to like ask for these things that I want, and I expect the other person to just read my hints or my vibe or know how I think or feel after talking to me for like 2 days, to just like read my mind, which I know that's like a little bit extreme of what I'm trying to like say. That's my best guess of like maybe why people think I'm just like too proud. Like I don't want to ask for things. I just want to like beat around the bush and like say enough things or give enough hints such that whoever I'm with, hoping that they're going to be a good friend of mine, will like do something about it. And I'm just not explicit enough. I don't know. So for example, like I feel like I've been battling this idea in my brain about how like I want this one person to just like want to hang out with me and ask me to hang out and like play volleyball with me, because that's like the thing we have in common. Or I want them to like want to, I don't know, just like spend quality time with me, because that's what I value the most. And I feel like maybe I give hints about like how I really value that, or I want to do this. But if I don't say like, hey, are you free this day at this time? I'd like to do this. Do you want to do this with me? Like, if I don't give them that chance explicitly, like I feel like that's not gonna happen unless I do something about it. You know what I mean? Like I can't hint that this is what I want. Like I have to actually make it happen. And maybe I'm too proud to do that. And I like expect the other person to do that because of what I say or what I'm hinting at, which is so maybe flawed. And I shouldn't do that. Like, it's like I want people to want to talk to me, but then why don't I just go fucking message them and like just talk to them and start a conversation with them, you know? Like I like want people to text me, but I'm like, then if I don't text them, it's like a fucking two-way street. So why am I like not doing what I want them to do? You know what? Like I just feel like maybe that's what's wrong with me. And I think, I don't know, now I'm like going into this rabbit hole of like thinking that I need to constantly adjust to other people and reset my expectations, but at the same time, like I know that maybe the other person has to meet me in the middle too. So it's like, why do I always think that I'm in the wrong? And then that goes into like how I feel like I'm never giving up, because I feel like I can constantly try harder and do better and do more and like fix things. It's hard with like people because you're not the only person involved in the relationship. There's two people, but for some reason I feel like I carry the entire weight or burden of the relationship, and I'm constantly being like, okay, how can I fix this? What can I do better? When like the other person's not trying at all. Like I don't know. See, my brain is just like blah, 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 blah. But like that's what I've been thinking about recently. Part of me is like, I feel like a little bit petty, or I feel like I've been acting really petty because I'm like, I want to give short responses because I expect them to ask me more questions. But if I want to talk about some topic, I should just go on and talk about it. Like I feel like I do a good job of like trying to be myself and talking about things and steering the conversation and how I want it to be. But I feel like sometimes I could put more effort in being engaged and talking about something versus just like shutting down because I don't think the other person cares what I have to say. Or I just like act because I feel this perception, or sorry, how am I trying to say this? Like I act based on a perception that I think is what's going on, but that's not the reality. Like I truly think that like perception trumps reality 100% of the time, but I think my perception is often maybe like wrong, and also maybe I just like think people don't care what I have to say. Yeah, and then I just like give short responses because I'm like, oh, they don't give a shit, so I'm just gonna do this, and then therefore I'm disengaged, and therefore I think that they don't actually like what I have to say or care to listen to what I have to say, if that makes sense. And that's my bad. That's so my bad, you know? And I feel like maybe I fucked up like with some people because I choose to like manifest this bad reality and be predisposed in the thinking that this person doesn't care about me or what I have to say, but really they do. And then like, because I act in that way, I'm like, oh, I don't desire like talking to this person. Like, I feel like if I don't care to like tell people about my day or care to talk to them, or like don't have the desire to want to tell them about my career or my aspirations or like bigger topic things or like my goals in life or what I really care about, then I feel like it's on the other person. But really maybe it's on me because I'm not being like engaged enough, or I don't care enough to like say things to them, and therefore I think they don't care what I have to say. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm just fucking rambling, but I've just been like thinking about this a lot recently, and I just feel like, dang, I feel like I really fucked up with this one friend that I wanted to be friends with, but I feel like they don't care what I have to say, and I think that's all in my fucking head. Like, genuinely, I think it's all in my head. Okay, follow-up thoughts from earlier, because I just had some more, couldn't stop thinking. Even though all those things I said were true, I feel like ultimately like things shouldn't be that hard, and they shouldn't be that forced, and they should feel more easy and more natural. For that reason, maybe it's good that whatever friendship relationship we were trying to fix or like had going on just ended. And I think a part of me like hates giving up, and I just want to do everything in my control to like fix things. But I need to do a better job of like learning to let go and letting things be, and knowing that sometimes it is just what it is, and I should just let that outcome be what it is instead of trying to change it for the better, because I think it'll make me a better person or whatever, or build my character or whatever. I don't know. It's good to give myself some days to, I guess, like see if what I want is still what I want later on. Because for example, like after I broke up with Alex, I was like, okay, I wish I could still play volleyball with him. So my brain is always like, should I do it or should I not do it? And I feel like I always choose to do it because I hate the feeling of regret. And so I remember like I played volleyball with him, and afterwards I felt worse, and I was like, fuck, why'd I do that? Later on, I was like, I don't even need to play volleyball with him. Like, I don't need him anymore. And I feel like maybe like this is another one of those scenarios where something good ends, and then I'm like, shit, I don't want it to end. Let me try to like reconcile it or fix it. And then I wait a few days and I'm like, okay, should I have this conversation with this person or not? Or like, should I try to make amends or not? And my answer is always like, why not have the conversation, right? Like, not let things go and try to like fix it. And I think maybe this is like a growth opportunity for me, or something to be like, okay, let me just like let things be. And I know over time I'll be fine. The longer I wait, more I'm realizing that there's no point in trying to fix it. Like, yeah, I've spent a lot of energy trying to think about it, but maybe that's as much as I should spend, and I should just move on and not worry so much about it, and not spend more energy exhausting myself and investing energy into something that maybe like I don't even want. Yeah, I've just like thought a lot about whether I want to have this conversation, try to reconcile things, try to amend things, but maybe can start to feel that the longer I wait, the more I'm like, okay, I don't actually need what I think I want, if that makes sense. I'm trying to be vague because I don't, yeah, like in an effort to try to like not put everything out there online on the public internet, I'm just, yeah, trying to respect whatever, but I don't know. Yeah, those are all my thoughts right now. So goodbye.